It's that time of year where we play COD like it's our full-time job, just to unlock some silly camos so our guns look a little bit cooler. But are the grinds worth it to unlock the Dark Matter and Nebula camo? Or is it worth just picking one over the other? And if you are only going to pick one, what mastery camo in Black Ops 6 do you go and complete? So we're going to compare both the Dark Matter and Nebula camos, how they look, and their respective grinds to answer that question, and figure out if the mastery camos are worth grinding at all. Dark Matter is a fantastic camo. It looks good, and there is a reason Treyarch brings it back every year. It still doesn't look as good as the Black Ops 3 version of the camo, and I don't think any version of Dark Matter will ever do so. But I do think the Black Ops 6 version of the camo is gotta be my second favorite, and if I was to put it on a tier list, it would definitely be A. S is only Black Ops 3. So the camo looks good by itself, but when you shoot the gun, it does have a reactive effect and you get more red particles on the gun. And the reactivity itself doesn't stand out, so I don't see there being an absolute necessity to add it, but it does give a little bit of extra depth to the gun and how it looks itself. I need you guys to brace yourself just for a moment. I will be going into witness protection after I say this. I do not like Dark Matter as a camo in Black Ops 6. Just like Nuketown and Shipment, it does not need to be brought back every single year. It gets boring. Treyarch, we love you, but I want a brand new mastery camo that looks just as good as the original Dark Matter camo and has the exact same creativity you guys had with the first one. And I understand, it's gonna be brought back in Black Ops 7. Everyone's gonna get really excited that Dark Matter's back because they're gonna get nostalgic. I just know it's going to get more and more boring. So let's talk about the difficulty of the Dark Matter grind. Overall, camo challenges are really easy. One thing that I've seen a lot of complaints about is getting 100 headshots on every bullet firing weapon in the game, which that just shows me that there's a lot of new COD players in the community, which is a great thing, but that's how camo grinding for the most part of COD history always has been, and it does get tedious. Getting 100 headshots over and over again, it gets a little mind-numbing, and certain weapons are way better at it than others, whereas things like snipers drive people mental. That's just the military camo challenges. When you get to the special category, things get so easy. I don't think people actually realize how brainless your activity can be in the game and unlock the camos for the special categories for the 2 unique camos per weapon. There's only a few weapons in the game where this is annoying. Launchers, we're all looking at you, especially the HE1. And then eventually, when you're moving on to the mastery camo challenges, they're also extremely easy to complete, other than the launchers and the melee weapons. But with DLC weapons now added to the game, you can technically unlock the Dark Matter camo and skip destroying score streaks. Which reminds me, launchers are now way easier than before. So if the launchers were something that you were completely dreading for the Dark Matter grind, any destruction camo challenge has now been updated from score streaks to score streaks, equipment, field upgrades. So when you have to destroy 5 of those in one game, you're going to do that in the first half of a domination match. No difficulty whatsoever anymore. The knife, baseball bat, any future melee weapon, unfortunately, there's nothing that can help you there. But what can help you is today's sponsor. This portion of today's video is sponsored by G2A.com, your gate to adventure. G2A.com is currently having its winter holiday sale, where all of your favorite games are on sale for an even larger discounted price than usual with instant delivery. Want to get yourself or a friend an early Christmas gift? Black Ops 6 is now on sale alongside your other favorite and great titles. If you ever missed out on a promotional item because it wasn't available in your area, G2A.com also has some of the most popular skins available on their website. Did I mention it's all instant delivery? Regardless of what wide variety of products you get, you'll always have access to it right away to add to your game library, always for discounted prices. Use the link in the pinned comment or in the description down below. Check out G2A.com's Christmas holiday sale and pick yourself up something special. Thanks to G2A.com for sponsoring this part of the video and supporting the channel. Let's get back to it. Overall, the Dark Matter grind's difficulty is at a low to moderate level, I would say. It can be unlocked in just 2 days of in-game playtime, which is exactly how long it took me to unlock the camo. So even if you're a productive member of society, that's lame, and you have a job or are a full-time student in university, on your weekends or days off, if you play a couple hours, you're going to unlock this camo in about a calendar month. Now, me personally, I'm a real gamer, so I like to unlock this within a week. But for any casual player out there, this is 100% obtainable. Now, if you suck at the game and getting headshots is your bane of existence, that might be what the professionals call a skill issue. You're just going to have to naturally get better at the game. And if you're not the most skilled player out there, that doesn't mean Dark Matter is unobtainable. It just may take longer than the average Call of Duty player. The average elite gamer. There is one elephant in the room, and that's skill-based matchmaking. You are playing Call of Duty multiplayer. On your camo grind journey, you might be having a really good time, playing the baseball bat, maybe even using some of the weaker guns, but then you accidentally queue into the Call of Duty League finals and are playing against Atlanta FaZe, just trying to get some simple camos. This is the one part of the Dark Matter camo grind that is going to make people think, hey, this is something I might not want to do, because every time I play the game, I don't want to have to sweat and put in the effort like I'm trying to win $1 million on Championship Sunday every time I'm playing the game. I just had a long day at work. I got home, I want to have a beer and play a little bit of Call of Duty, maybe make some progression towards my camo challenges, and here we go. I want to have a little bit of fun. The skill-based matchmaking in multiplayer might not allow you to do that sometimes. Yes, you are going to have fun games where you're making a lot of progression, but that's not going to be every game. Especially if you're playing the game modes like Face Off, where you're playing on small maps where everyone's trying to do their camo challenges at the same time. Those lobbies are going to be a lot sweatier than usual. Same with Nuketown. But that's how you unlock those camos as fast as possible. So maybe if you're a person who's sitting on the fence with Dark Matter, give it a try. Don't jump head first and think, oh, I'm going to make a bunch of camo progression right from the start. You're going to have to adjust as a casual player, for lack of a better terms, to acclimate to tryhard lobbies. This also isn't a new issue. If you've been around the block a couple times with Call of Duty, this is just how things are. So let's switch gears and talk about Nebula and Black Ops 6 Zombies. I love the way this camo looks, especially with the reactivity, because it drastically changes how the camo looks. And unlike seeing Dark Matter for the billionth time, it's not boring and it's exciting and new. You can call me a genius, you can call me a hypocrite, maybe even your dad. I know the Nebula camo technically isn't brand new. It's been seen in Call of Duty before. In Black Ops 4, there was a very similar camo that you could unlock for all of your weapons that was not a mastery camo. Nebula in Black Ops 6 is a huge improvement off of the original camo that it takes inspiration from. There's also lots of people that say, hey, this looks strikingly similar to Modern Warfare Zombies and the Borealis camo. And while the colors are similar, there's enough difference between the two for them to be considered completely different. For a brief moment, I'll accept the argument that Nebula is a repeat camo that we've seen before. That's actually a fair statement, but it's not the 10 trillionth time we've seen it. That's about as much yapping as I have for how the camo looks. I think it looks great. I think it's one of the best mastery camos we've received in a long time. Do I say that every year? Am I a parrot? Maybe. But I like new, and this camo got me excited to unlock it. So let's talk about the grind itself. As a surprise to absolutely no one, bullet weapons need 2,000 headshots. It's not hard to do at all. It just takes such a long time. If I had to give the Nebula grind a single word to describe it, I would say mind-numbing. That's technically a word. It's a conjunction, whatever. It gets so boring to a point where if you don't have a background show or something else going on, you are going to be so extremely bored grinding this camo. I started watching Suits, and it was great to watch one of my favorite TV shows again. If I wasn't entertaining myself in the meantime, I would probably be asking myself the question, is the 4th floor high enough? The camo challenges themselves are not hard at all. They're extremely easy. The downside is you have to be a high enough level at some points to use some specific alternate ammo types. There's no way to naturally earn them. So if you have a special camo challenge where you have to get dead wire kills or brain rot kills, you have to be a high enough level to have that alternate ammo type to use and unlock camos in the first place. The only annoying camo challenges are special and elite zombie kills. They're not difficult. It just takes so long to kill 30 manglers and 10 either mega abominations or amalgams. And yes, there is the boss fight terminus glitch. Well, not a glitch, but method where you can infinitely kill amalgams over and over again. And the same thing with the Easter egg step on Liberty Falls. When it came to special zombie kills, manglers were the only thing until Citadel de Mor came out, where we can now kill, I don't even know what they're called. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but the weird tentacle guys that come at you that run really fast, those now count towards the camo challenge. But if you like Liberty Falls or Terminus better, they nerf the amount of manglers that spawn in, which is good because past round 25, it's no longer oops, just manglers. But on the downside for camo challenges, you're now going to complete them a lot slower. And I will say this advice right now, when it comes to your opal challenges, the second you're able to do them, do them. You don't want to leave all of your mangler kills for the exact same time across 33 weapons. When you're working on opal, focus on some other guns to kill zombies with that you haven't got camos for, and then when the special zombies spawn in, you can kill them towards your camo progression for whatever you're working on opal. Unfortunately, for elite zombies, the way that the Nebula camo grind is structured, you will have to do all of your elites at once. Luckily enough for zombies, you do not have to deal with skill-based matchmaking and playing against mega tryhards on Championship Sunday. You just get to play zombies, kick back, relax, and unlock some camos. If you're a casual player, this is music to your ears. The grind does take a long time. It takes longer than Dark Matter, but it's easier to do. You can even do it with a beer in one hand. Even if you are a casual player and you want to unlock the camos relatively fast, you're gonna want to play zombies solo, which ties in with the grind being a little bit more boring and just tedious than Dark Matter. On the bright side, if you are a zombies player and you're trying to unlock all the augments, doing the Nebula camo grind is something that can keep you busy and unlock augments at a decent rate where you'll have everything unlocked, both camo and augment wise, by the time you get the Nebula camo, so it's 2 birds with 1 stone. It's going to be a long grind. It is easy though. It's about time we put them head to head. Dark Matter versus Nebula. If you are only going to do one mastery camo grind in Black Ops 6, here are some things that you should consider. While multiplayer can take less time than Nebula, it is more difficult, not because the camo challenges, but because of skill-based matchmaking. On the opposite side of the spectrum, we have zombies. It's extremely easy to do, but can get very boring and repetitive because there's no variation. You're running the same strategies over and over again, killing zombies in the exact same spot 66,000 times over again just to complete the military camos per weapon. That's not including the rest of the grind. If you're a casual player, Nebula is going to be more inviting and easier to do, especially if you're only playing for a few hours a day. I was going to say I couldn't imagine, but yes, if you do the Nebula grind all day, it's very, very boring. And if you do the same with Dark Matter, it's very, very frustrating. So pick your poison. Do you want to be frustrated because you're playing against Optic Scump for the 4th game in a row, just trying to get headshots on a sniper? Or do you want to be bored and do a tedious grind where maybe, you know what, after a long day of work with your boss breathing down your neck, it doesn't sound like a bad thing to just sit on the couch, melt away, kill zombies, and unlock some camos. If I'm truly going to recommend one or the other, I would recommend Nebula. It's easier, it may take a little bit more time, but you can do it more casually at your own pace. watch some TV shows at the same time, and I do like the zombies mode a little bit better than multiplayer, so I do have that bias there as well. That's not me saying Dark Matter and multiplayer completely sucks. I had a lot of fun unlocking Dark Matter and just playing the multiplayer experience overall in the first place. You may also be thinking why I haven't addressed the tryhards in the Call of Duty community. They clicked off the video at the very beginning thinking, well, yeah, of course the grind's worth it. We're completionists. We want to unlock everything in the game. And since Call of Duty has such a big play to unlock mentality now, most people already feel like when they're playing the game, their objective is to unlock the mastery camos or unlock the newest thing that's been introduced into the game. I'm no psychologist, but it does feel pretty good to show off camos to your friends that you've unlocked that you know they won't have for quite a while, and just have a little bit of bragging rights over, my gun looks a little cooler than yours. To make a long story short, yes, I think mastery camos are worth it. They make the game more interesting. It feels like you have a purpose to play. As much as that psychology is being used against us to get us to play more, the game's fun. It feels so rewarding to unlock these mastery camos at the end of a long grind. And the best part is they look pretty damn good. Even as boring as you are, Dark Matter, you're still included.